Hey, what's shaping?
No one says, "What's shaping" anymore?
I thought it was a dwarf thing.
Yeah, if you lived in Orzammar 20 years ago.
Wow, just trying to be nice, and what do I get? Sass.
Aw, well, I appreciate it. And I'm doing okay. I think I just need some time to think and sort things out.
Or you just get used to not having all the answers.
At least we don't have to get used to it alone. Huh? I still remember every moment of it. Suffocating under the weight of the Titan's pain. I couldn't see a way past it. And all I wanted was for the rest of the world to suffer too. And then you were there. And that's when I knew we'd be okay. That I'd be okay.
I know you would have done the same for me.
You helped me remember who I was. Not some Titan, but just Lace Harding. And yes, if you ever need me like I needed you, I will be there. That is my promise to you. You know, I think about Solus sometimes. He's been trapped by his mistakes for eons. When you're blinded by sorrow and pain, you need someone to help you past it. But he's too proud for that. He believes he's alone, even when he doesn't have to be.
He'll never ask for help, but that doesn't mean we can't offer it anyway. Do you think he can be helped?
Varric tried to talk sense into him. And look how that ended. Even the Inquisitor thinks he's too far gone, and we're past the point of talking. But part of me doesn't want to believe it. Because it means that there's a point when you have to give up on someone. It means you could have given up on me.
Excellent timing, Rook. I've news about our Venatori spy and Crow turncoat. I have deciphered the code from the notes you found. Our friends will meet soon. They plan to take a gondola to rendezvous in the market.
And you want me to go look for a trail and hunt down these spies?
Precisely. Chance Candide is too conspicuous. You'll blend into the comings and goings seamlessly.
Your coin helps, and there's some good bargains out there for you. I'm always open.
I can't believe you're defending them.
I am not defending anyone, Jacobus.
You're letting them be a part of this? My cousin died because the governor didn't stop the Antam from...
Jacobus.
No, I'm not going to stand around and listen to this. I'll see you later.
Well, now that that unpleasantness is dealt with, about your mysterious informant.
Whoever they are, they know the Antam and Treviso.
Your message made it sound like this informant also knows where the gods are staging their ritual.
Treviso does not need this troublemaker. This should be left to proper officials.
It very much concerns Rook. We have a contact who offers access to the butcher and privileged information on the gods.
A chance to find your gods and to free the city. A prize for both our causes.
The contact. They aren't one of us. Can we trust them?
It isn't a crow, but they know the city and the Antam.
How do you know it's for real?
They gave us patrol patterns. Dreadnought arrivals. Their information is real.
And you didn't share this with me?
The bookkeepers can bookkeep when the meeting is done.
When and where do we meet?
They'll be in the market.
And they asked for me. Not you or Viago.
You help this city, and you're helping all of Thedas. You've earned respect.
We just don't know from whom.
Hypothetically, what if I'm walking into an ambush?
I would prepare for one.
Not everything is an adder in the wardrobe.
I said to prepare. I didn't say not to go.
I'll talk with this mystery contact.
And the rest of us will hope not to get caught in your crossfire again.
We fight for everyone. And the chance to strike at the gods and the Antam? It's worth the risk. Good luck, Rook. See what this mysterious informant can give us. The meeting is in the market, Rook.
They implied you can't miss.
Rook, we have news about the Antam's experiments with Gatlock.
What's happening?
They're working with Venatori to set off these new and improved explosives across the city.
They'll be set off simultaneously to impress the citizens with their new toys, and to strategically destroy the homes of those they deem troublesome.
Our agents cannot be everywhere. I will mark several locations where they store the scat block. Destroy it discreetly.
For me?
As a spirit mage, Emmerich, you must sense spite.
I'm sorry that you two came together under such unjust circumstances. Mm-hmm. Ah. My sympathies.
You can hear spite, even when he doesn't take me over.
This close, yes.
I am so sorry.
Help the thread.
These meetings can't be good for business. I'm here, Inquisitor. It isn't just Inquisitor, is it? You were someone before that.
House Kadash. If you've heard of them, you say you haven't. Morrigan is holding a perimeter. We're alone. Tell me what Solus did at Elgernon's ritual.
Sounds like you already know.
I need to hear it from you.
Elgernon raised his archdemon. Solus got us out of there. We saved a lot of people.
You sound grateful.
Why not? He really did help.
It seems so. He's always thinking about where it ends. How many of his names do you know? God of Lies, Dreadwolf, Fen'Harel. They're titles he earned from enemies, followers, and fractured history. I called him by another name for a time. Comrade, if not friend.
You went your separate ways when he turned to ending the world?
There was some unfortunate overlap. I will never excuse what he's done. He's killed people I held dear. You know this too.
But
he became those names when he fought gods, and regret for his world turned into destroying ours. Sound familiar?
You're making us sound like Solus. That's uncomfortable.
We're not like our enemy. They're making us do this.
Simple as one of Varric's morals. Don't become what you hate.
Or trapped by what we've lost. Also one of his. Tell me about the team you've built.
Are they a concern, or?
You're handling things. This part, what you have now. I just miss the banter about friends.
You found something about Ilario?
Possibly.
What do you mean, possibly? You have something or you don't?
It's Caterina.
We don't know that for certain.
Tell me.
I've got my eyes on Villa della Morte. One of them brought back one of Caterina's rings.
It had been thrown out with the trash. Ilario would never do that. He'd at least pawn it somewhere.
If you think this clue is real, it's opening up a world of trouble.
She gave that ring to my mother. It was the mark of her favor. House de Ladro killed my parents and sent it back to Caterina to demand she surrendered the seat of First Town. She's alive. Ilario, you idiot.
We need more eyes in the villa to say for certain.
Ilario would tear the city apart searching if he'd lost this. How could she be alive? What is he thinking? How am I supposed to deal with this?
We need to plan a rescue. The sooner we get Katerina out of there, the better.
It could be a trap. We have to deal with Hilario first.
He could still kill her if we move against him. Maker knows what's in his head.
V, you're too pessimistic for your own good. Reason with him, Lucanis.
I thought I had a clear shot at my target. What if I go after him and get Katerina killed?
Help us.
How? What do you need?
He'll listen. He always listens to you. Come.
What did you do? Is this the fate? It seems different. It isn't like those fragments of Solus's past in the crossroads either.
Lucanis is here. Always. Behind locked doors. I can't break through.
All right, let's go get him.
Useless. All of this utterly useless.
I know this place. It's the ossuary, the prison we freed Lucanis from.
Free? No. We've always been here.
Right. It's not the real ossuary, but...
Promoted from flying vermin to malicious spirit.
Nobody's here.
Whatever will you become next, I wonder?
Magister Zara was far.
Rock, did you forget our deal? You were to bring my grandson back to me.
I did.
You brought me an abomination. Where is my grandson?
Tenderness and terror. Rage and relief. Old stale fear of disappointment.
This is the Fade. So this Katerina is a spirit, something like that?
No, Lucanis is mine. They won't dare. Thoughts live here. Ideas, feelings.
She's his idea of Katerina then. Katerina. Lucanis is trapped, but I think you're part of his way out. Lucanis thinks he disappointed you. With that chaining him, he can never be free.
Is that what you want? To release a demon?
Lucanis is the one who's trapped by the idea he failed you. But you know he's not to blame.
My poor boy.
What are you hiding, demon?
When the demon emerges, let me have it. Entrails, my lady. Don't worry, Rook. I've got my eye on the prisoner.
You've conjured up a friendly face, Lucanis. But your real friends and allies need you in the real world.
Rook, are you sure Spite isn't tricking you? What if there's no Lucanis, just the demon?
After a year in the ossuary, you might believe that. But you're no demon.
Look around. This isn't the mind of a human being, let alone an Antivan crow.
You're the man you were, Lucanis, even buried in this pain. No demon would punish itself like this.
You really shouldn't trust anything you find in the Fade.
I trust you, Lucanus. And I trust myself to get you home. Let me.
You know that's the kind of attitude that's gonna get you killed, right?
I'll risk it. I have a master assassin on my side, don't I?
Just be careful.
The other.
I was supposed to have a useful demon, and instead I have a useless abomination. Wonderful!
Hey, Rook. Should you be here? Can't say it's the safest place in the world.
Stomach-churning excitement. Dread with a hint of hope. A long way to fall.
Somehow I thought Lucanus would think of Nev as being more... Tevinter?
Tevinter? People come in three kinds. Family, enemies, contracts.
I hope that's just spite talking. Nev, you need to let us pass.
You know how he is, Rook. Even if you open the door, Lucanus won't walk through it. This is where he wants to be.
Lucanus always has a choice. If he can't see that, I'm here to show him.
You really think you can help him? You're such a sap, Rook.
I think it's time you stood aside and let me try.
Envy is the rarest of all demons. The most challenging to cultivate. The conditions must be perfect.
Katerina was first done. This is Crow business. We can handle it. Rook, you're too good to be wasting your time in a place like this. Forget about my cousin. You've got much more important things to worry about, don't you? You've got the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Sharp, jagged edges. Hurt with every breath. Grief and relief. Hope and anger mix.
Lucanus, you don't owe Ilario a second thought, much less a supporting role.
He put us here.
You've got to leave this be, Rook. You turn my cousin loose, it's only going to cause more grief.
I think Ilario will be feeling that grief. Right, Lucanus?
You know that Katerina had 5 children? 8 grandchildren. All dead now, except for Lucanus and me. Last time the Crows fought a war of succession, House de la Morte lost everything. Except the seat of First Talon. This time, we fight ourselves. What will be left then? You think you'll survive? Your friends? Your cause?
This scum doesn't get to speak for you, Lucanus. Everything that's happened is his fault.
Is it? Aren't you sure of that? Do you really think he made a deal with a demon? He's not even a mage. Or do you think maybe he just found the one there already? He'll carry this prison with him forever. And he'll fill it with corpses given time.
We need
can't even crow, Lucanus. A professional, trained to avoid collateral damage and go after the real enemy.
You have no idea what the consequences will be.
Whatever they are, Lucanus, I'll be there to help you.
If I were in charge, you wouldn't have to do this anymore. What are you doing here, Rook?
Lucanus.
I have not moved. There's nowhere to go.
You see? He breaks our agreement. His mind is still here. He wants to stay here, so he keeps me here.
Mierda! Why would I want to stay? Even in my head, this place is a nightmare.
Right. But it's a nightmare you already defeated. I get it now. As bad as the ossuary was for you, it was better than the alternative.
What alternative?
The ossuary, Zara. You could solve those problems with the blade, but healing again? Living is an abomination. There's no simple answer there. And if you fail, you could hurt the ones you love.
No! This is not... Damn it, Rook!
Make him leave.
We can't. This isn't a place, it's a feeling. He already left the prison. He just took some of it with him.
Rook, you're right. There has to be a way through this. It's just so much. I cannot see how to begin.
Start small. You and Spike. Figure out a goal you can both agree on. Then make it happen.
A contract?
Contracts are for clients. Call this an alliance. But on what terms?
The choice seems obvious to me. Beat the crap out of your cousin.
Rook is my favorite.
Ilario. He's a pain in the ass, Rook. But he and Katerina are all I have left.
He put us here.
I never said kill him. I said beat the crap out of him.
So, do we have a deal then? We'll work together and Ilario will suffer for what he's done to us.
He will not escape us both.
Да.
Rook, are you all right?
What's the matter with the two of you?
We worked some things out, that's all. How long were we standing here?
Just long enough for it to get awkward. You're sure you're all right?
We're fine, Thea. Don't waste your worry on us. Can I trust the two of you to keep an eye on Ilario? If he starts anything, I want to know about it.
I was going to do that anyway.
You're planning something.
My cousin has a lot to answer for. I intend to make sure he does, but we need information first. We don't know what we're going into. If he has Katerina hostage, if he has allies. We do this job right. Find out everything we can, then strike.
Опять же, это по себе знаю. Ну, я по себе знаю. Дитя еще неразумное. Но опять же, это по себе знаю. И опять же, я это знаю по себе. И по себе это знаю.
Unknown contact. This is a trap.
Bold to try to trap a crow fighting the gods. I'm at least curious. If our informant actually knows where Elganon and Gillinan are performing their next ritual, it's worth the risk.
Henry, did you know Spike thought you were still in the ossuary?
That private sphere of conception was inviolate.
So no?
Could Spite have described your dream prison until you faced it together?
You're kidding. I barely understood. Is this why we stopped sleepwalking? Spike understands space now?
Slowly, but it will come.
Who are you? Are you in league with those traitors? Take them alive. I want them questioned.
Masterfully done, brother.
I have a feeling those Venatori were also looking for the spies Chance sent us after. Let's see if we can track them down in the market. Torn up papers. More of that cipher. With those spies trying to get rid of some evidence.
Salutations.
Another sign of that crow and Venatori. It looks like one of our spies dropped a bag. They must have been in a hurry. The notes inside said they'd be keeping out of sight in the market for a while. I think our crow and Venatori spies were here.
Fine decor for the finest homes.
There's the experimental gatlock. Looks like the Venatori and Antam are guarding it, but they haven't set it up to explode yet.
Let us make sure they never get the chance.
There's a fight ahead.
Last you will ever see.
The Avenging Crow!
We need to get rid of the rest of this gatlock.
Still in place.
That's all the gatlock here. On to the next spot.
Looking for anything in particular? You're welcome.
Flowers. More wine. This crow and Venatori. Those weren't spy notes we found before. They were love letters.
Oh my, you're right. We've been chasing a pair of sweethearts.
I don't think the crows or Venatori will be happy these two are seeing each other. Those coffee cups on the table. They must have been at a nearby cafe. Let's see if there's any trace of them there. Okay, Iago and Taas said our informant is somewhere in the market. Let's find them. I just hope their supposed information about the god's location is actually true.
I presume.
The butcher.
There's no need for that. Treviso is the trap, not this meeting. Please. So tense. I promise I'll signal when it's time to fight.
Strange way to ambush someone.
I don't have to ambush anyone. You think I couldn't just march on the crows? Scattered on town flock to me. I have the soldiers to raise your casino and every inch of this city.
But I'll bet there's no profit in actually winning.
There's money being made by the occupation, but not by me. I said Treviso was the trap, and I meant it. The jewel of Antiva. She sings even while caged. Such purity in every stone. It's trapped my heart,
You have a strange way of showing your affection.
I conquered it. I didn't betray it. Not like the cattle born here. You know there are traitors here. They ransom their own city. Literal gods stalk the land, but these filth worship their own purses. But you're different. You crows stay true to your roles. It means something when you die, and even more when you kill. You're as much a work of art as this city. And you want a secret from me.
If you really do love this city, you'll tell me where the gods are holding their ritual.
The gods, they give strength. But all they ask in return is everything. I can feel their corruption. I can hear their whispers. They're calling for a ritual. If I give in, I'll know where you need to go. But I will lose my jewel. My city! So... you live in a casino. Let us make a game of this. I will become what the gods want. Welcome their whispers. Meet me and show me if the crows deserve my city.
The butcher was on contact, and he's getting himself all to the plate. Finish them off. We need to go after the butcher. The butcher wants me to prove I'm crow enough to be worthy of Treviso. That's what's happening.
By turning himself into a monster.
Everyone's acting like normal. Like the butcher hasn't gone nuts.
Who would believe it?
Save it to keep your head down, I guess.
I see what you need. Prove you deserve it.
Hear the shift in his voice. He's changing.
I see you, Rook, and I see the ritual. Match me, fight me, win this city!
Butcher, where is the ritual?
I see Jackson! The ritual! Jackson!
He's gone. And he named the ritual site Tearstone Island.
The butcher kept his promise to us in the end.
He got the death he wanted. Good trade, I guess. And he gave us the information we came for.
Yes, truly the butcher was a paragon of honor and virtue, and we are all devastated to see him go.
Eventually.
And now you have a location for your final pointless confrontation. The gods are at Tearstone Island. Isn't that what you wanted? A chance to die a hero's death? So go. Leave Treviso to those who deserve it.
You godless traitor! You weren't powerless against the butcher, you were working with him!
I don't expect you to understand this, but sometimes governance means not showing your entire hand.
You sold the crows out to the Antam!
I kept Treviso safe, protected. Unlike you crows, I had to think ahead. You know what the Antam did elsewhere in Antiva, and in every other city they occupied. You and your troop of fools would have gladly provoked the Antam to slaughter. I gave them the crows, so they would not take the rest of the city. I gave them an inch, so they would not take a mile.
Rationalize it however you want. Weight the scales so they tip in your favor. You're still a traitor who gave up on the fight and gave up on us. You didn't prevent a slaughter, you just postponed it.
If you hadn't killed the butcher,
someone else would have. He decided he wasn't their pawn anymore. The gods would have killed him. And then you would be ruled by someone much, much worse.
You should have been a politician, Rook. Instead of wasting your talents with that gang of circus rejects. But this city is mine. We need a real leader. You know who else wants a leader? The Antam. And if someone plays the role they want, they are very accepting. They also understand that bringing order to Treviso requires the purging of disruptive elements that cause nothing but chaos. So go to Tearstone Island. Have your little showdown with the gods, fight your pointless battle, and leave the city to me.
It makes sense now. Every decision they made shows it.
The other officials, of course, know nothing.
Of course. I'm surprised they even remember the governor's name.
I take it you heard? The butcher's dead.
And in his place is the traitor we knew was lurking. And the Antam fell in line?
Eventually is apparently playing the role they want.
The governor has given them a clear purpose. They were more cunning than I thought.
If only we'd figured out it was Eventually before all this started.
I wish the same. But regret does neither of us good.
We knew someone had delivered Treviso to the butcher. You brought us their name.
The hand that leashed Treviso. The butcher was the mouth, but the hand was Eventually all along. They think they have the power in the Antam, and a network doing their will.
But we had the face of our enemy.
Eventually will be hiding, so we will hound their Antam and make them desperate.
When the governors show themselves again, we end this.
When Eventually left, they made it sound like they were planning something.
I suspect it will be about restoring order as they see it, and that the crows will be first on their list.
Whatever the good governor's intent, we'll end it.
Eventually keeps talking about restoring order and rebuilding Treviso. But what then?
I believe the good governor's plan was to risk the city to try and claim the nation. If the Antan beheaded the crows, who would merchant princes hire? Who would invaders fear?
As if the Antam would fill that role. This was a bookkeeper's angry grab at power.
We'll stop eventually.
The gods. Did you learn where they will be?
Tearstone Island. Eventually confirmed it before they left.
We know the time to face Elgernon and Gillanine approaches, but it will not take us long to find Evenchi.
You are a crow, and you have suffered the governor's treachery. You should be here when we stop them.
We'll let you know when we'll make our move. And after that, Treviso will be free. The Antam have not given up as much territory.
I need to get the team around the table and talk.
Создавать тысячи рабочих групп. Больше будет, это не юрисдикция, говорю. Это не ваша юрисдикция, господа. Посмотрим, как он ничего запретит. И посмотрим, как он ничего запретит. Я не нахожусь в рэп.
I need to get the team around the table and talk about what's next.
Tearstone Island. That's where Elganon and Gillenane will perform their ritual.
With an eclipse, those two can finish their dagger, then tear open the Fade. After that, we've witnessed the horrors Gillenane creates with even a trickle of the Blight. What happens with a flood?
Next eclipse is a month away. That's not a lot of time.
Getting past the Antom Navy won't be easy. They'll be on high alert.
We'd need our own fleet to get past them, which we don't have.
We're facing immortals. We're fighting gods. Doesn't get any tougher than this. The harder it is, the more it's worth doing. That said, we can make it easier on ourselves.
So, what's the plan?
A single boat can sneak past the blockade. We just need to find something that floats.
The Antam fleet may not spot us, but the gods see much farther.
Worse, they know about us specifically. They'll be waiting.
The gods see farther than anyone, but they can't see everything at once.
Sounds like you have a plan.
Harding, reach out to our allies. Wardens, veil jumpers, all of them. Tell them to be ready to start swinging. We start enough fires, make some noise, and the gods will look everywhere for us. Except at their front door.
It could work. Our allies aren't as strong as they could be. But with a smart plan, they could make it through.
That takes care of the approach. But what about when we get there? We'll have two gods waiting. Who knows how many Antom? We'll need to be at our best. Question is, we there yet?
We've still too much unfinished business nipping at our heels. There's time before the next eclipse. It's best we use it.
I'll send off messages to our allies. They'll be ready.
What about the Inquisitor? I know he's busy fighting in the south, but this doesn't end until the gods are dead. He knows that.
Saving the world? Sounds like the Inquisitor.
Reach out to him. Morrigan, too. We could use their help. We're not ready, but we can be. Weeks until the next eclipse gives us time. Let's use it wisely.
Agreed.
Get some rest, then we'll take care of outstanding business.
Воду проливай.
It
Rook, good. We have discovered what Ivenchi is planning for Treviso. When you fought the comic master in the garrison, you mentioned a note you found that said some comic had gone missing.
We have discovered who stole it.
Eventually.
The governor intends to release it all around the city to pacify violent seditionists.
They called us reckless, and now Eventually will ruin the minds of thousands in this city to have their peace and order.
Who is eventually planning to poison with the comic? Aside from us.
People who have spoken up too loudly against the Antam.
Anyone too friendly with the crows. I doubt Evenchi is familiar with poisons. I guarantee the comic will spread to the rest of the city as well.
They're not doing this to Treviso. Not to my city.
They will trot out some excuse to give to the worst of the politicians and the merchant princes.
You say that as if those were different people.
It is finally time to strike. Go to the garrison and prevent Evenchi from releasing the comic.
Once you are there, Thea and I will lead the crows against the rest of Evenchi's forces in the city.
Understood.
One more thing. Jacobo stormed off earlier, angry at Evenchi. We have not seen him in some time.
Look out for him, would you?
Of course. We'll head to the garrison.
Some of the merchant families have fled. They got wind of Evenchi's comic and suddenly worry they are not on good terms with the governor.
I am only surprised they stayed in the city so long.
The garrison. Onto the garrison and the governor.
You were saying?
How do you keep spite in check?
You've seen me. Poorly. Your situation is different, isn't it?
It was. I mean, it is, but sometimes it just feels like this is just the beginning. There's some...
We clear the garrison this time. Eventually's got to know there's no way up.
We follow the governor now. The butcher's weak. This is not the cue.
The Antam aren't going to make this easy.
Me and my friends are sick of doing nothing. Eventually's got their comic past the courtyard, but they've locked the gates. We'll break into the garrison and get them open.
Be careful. The Antam...
We'll stay hidden. Good luck.
Now for Avenchi.
I know you're there, Rook! I'm ready for you! Come face the ruler Treviso deserves!
These aren't unreal.
I see the comic is working.
Watch your back.
You're a fool to fight me!
You're the fool to go up against the crow, Avenchi.
Why don't you die? Why don't you give up? I dotted every I, weighed every measure. And you crows, you ruined everything.
Ruined? Rook took your measure.
And Tea, Viago, Jacobus, they all took more responsibility as Trevisans than you did.
I lost so many people to the Anton. My family, my cousin. By right, his contract against the governor is mine. And I say Evenchi doesn't deserve to die. They deserve to live.
What?
On trial. Paraded in public. Everyone will know who hurt Treviso, and you'll suffer for every minute of it.
You can't do this. You can't let this brat decide what happens to me.
By House Doriva's rules, Jacobus can claim the contract.
That's ridiculous.
It's justice.
You can't put me on trial. I'm still governor of this city.
Not after the crows go to the merchants and the king about the comic.
The message about Treviso and the future of the crows has already been sent. Your contract is due, Evenchi. The crows rule Antiva, and Treviso will be free.
Keep spite in check.
You see me. Or your own situation is different, isn't it?
It was. I mean, it is, but sometimes it just feels like this is just the beginning. There's something deep down, waiting. Does that make sense?
More than you know.
And you're sure of this course?
You already asked him that.
Viago, dear, can't you see that I'm stalling?
Ah, you are waiting for Rook's interruption.
No, his audience.
Am I that predictable?
You are reliable. I might say, essential.
I'm just another crow. Perhaps we're all equally exceptional.
On that, I believe we can agree.
To the business of the day, then.
Jacobus, are you ready?
I'm ready, Fifth Talon.
What's going on?
We accept Jacobus's right to the contract on Evenchi, and his decision to spare the governor.
It sent a stronger message than killing them. Their crimes will be aired, their reputation blackened.
And during these punishments, the former governor will live with the fear we may still one day end them. For his help, and proving he has sound judgment, Jacobus is becoming a full Antivan crow.
It's tough letting go. This is a big step for a fledgling.
I'm ready to take it. I only got this because you went out to face Evenchi, Rook. I couldn't have done it alone. I want to find others like me. Orphans, people with no more homes, under a new house name. Mary suggested Igrativi. It's old Treviso, sort of a grateful life.
Jacobus Igrativi. May your dagger strike true and your legend grow.
The Fifth Talon agrees.
As does the seventh. Rook, all of Treviso is in your debt. For what you did out there, and for the future you have inspired.
You have powerful enemies. When you decide it's time to put them in their place, we'll be there. And Rook, you're a damn fine crow. Remember that.
We get anything out of that Venatori prisoner?
Okay, mages in Tvint are having contracts on their lives, I can imagine. But Ravain and Navara?
Seers in Rivain are powerful. Not all of them, of course. But not every Tevinter mage is a magister either.
Okay, mages in Tvint are having contracts on their lives,
В целом дерьмо. В целом сюжет Mass Effect дерьмо.
Ballora, you came. I am surprised.
I almost didn't. With everything that happened, I didn't want to. But you're my brother. Still, even with all of that. Did you come? Alone?
Yes. Though you didn't.
Not after what happened to Haniel. To Yanarl. The others.
The ritual should have granted them purity. Strength. That it did not. That is my failure. I was not worthy. I will do better. I must do better. For Onaris. For our people.
Просто задница.
Anaris is building an army, Syrian. The ritual worked exactly like you wanted it to.
No. Onaris would never do that. He wants what's best for our people. It was my failure, and my failure alone.
He's a warlord. That's all he is, all he ever was.
So said the Evanuris. But the victors write the histories. He fought to make our people great. And the Evanuris fought to keep them in fetters. He showed me the world as it once was, as it could be again.
Задница.
He turned elves into demons, and you think he's the good guy here.
That's why he wants you wearing it. That mask. He's influencing you, poisoning your thoughts.
My thoughts remain my own, Ballora. Why can you not accept that I chose this willingly? Through this mask, I feel what he feels. When he thinks of our people rising once more, have you ever felt the warmth of a god's happiness or the cold bite of their fear?
What is it he's afraid of then?
I'm not sure, but it haunts him, consumes his thoughts. I must help him. Help us to face whatever it is.
So he hasn't told you what it is he's afraid of?
No, but no doubt he keeps it from me for good reason.
He's playing you for a fool.
Syrian, I know you. You don't want to do this. You were my anchor, Syrian. You kept me grounded. When my thoughts lied to me, you always told me the same thing. Do you remember? Trust your heart, Boris Shivan. It's a good heart, and it'll never lie to you. So why won't you trust it now?
I must do what I must.
Me too.
We're gonna have to stop them. Him.
I know. Come on. You've got work to do.
Rook, would you care to accompany me to the Memorial Gardens again?
More grave lighting?
No, this would be a more personal visit, whenever you've time.
Manifestation.
Oh, hey, Rook.
What are you working on?
Oh, it's part of that artifact, you know, from the ritual. I wanted to see how they did what they did, what it meant. Tried asking that thing, it won't tell me.
The knowledge of the great Anaris is...
A thing! At least I figured that out. How to make it go away, I mean. Damn it! We were getting through. To Syrian, he almost listened.
I hope you're right, but almost might not be enough. Not when he's killing people.
I know. And Yanarl and Hamuel, they're still sick. But it was him. The him I remember, just for a moment. Then it wasn't. Then he was someone I might need to... I don't think I can, Rook. Do that.
Like it or not, you might have to.
My head understands that, but my heart believes that we'll get through to him somehow.
I really hope you're right.
Well, either way, we'll be able to find them.
How?
Oh, I didn't tell you. Right. The artifact. Couldn't figure out how it did it. Made those demons, I mean. But I attuned its resonance, and I'll know where they are next time, before they finish. So we can stop them. However we have to.
We'll save your brother, Balara.
I hope you're right. I really do. But if we don't... Anyway, I should get back. To work, I mean. I don't think we have much time.
I'm meeting Stalgard at Isana Nagat, on the mountain. Come with me?
Is there unfinished business?
No, nothing of the sort, but I could use company, if you're up for the trip.
Hey, son. Oh, great. Is it your turn to cook? What's all this gonna be?
Paella. Well, 2 of them. One without seafood for Emmerich. And a gooseberry pie for dessert. Nev's favorite.
You made dessert just for Nev?
There's enough for everyone.
Yes, but you still made it just for her.
You think it's a bad idea?
You're sweet on Nev.
Don't say it like that. You think it's too much?
Наконец-таки испанец.
Don't they say the way to someone's heart is through their stomach? It's perfect.
The best way to the heart is between the 4th and 5th ribs. Don't listen to Biago.
That was definitely not what we were just talking about, Akanis.
I'm not good at this. Hilario's always been the charming one. I just had to be good with a knife.
You can be both.
Rook, thank you for giving me this contract.
Stalgard should be around here somewhere.
I hope he's fully recovered from being trapped in the rock.
I hope so too, but the Kalsharok dwarves are tough. I'd like to see Kalsharok, Do you think Stalgard would take me? Should I ask him? Would that be rude?
Only if you ask rudely.
They're wary of outsiders, but I could learn so much about the dwarves, about myself. Maybe once things have settled down a bit.
Is it me, or does it feel different now?
You're right. Something's different. Maybe it's because the expression of the Titan's pain that looked like me doesn't live here anymore.
I can't believe that made
I'll just move this rock out of our way.
Is this entire mountain a Titan?
It's been still for so long. I can't tell where it begins and ends. It's big, though. They all were. Those rocks I can move were all parts of the Titans once. Once I knew, I couldn't forget it. Now I sense them all the time, whether they're dead or just sleeping. The story of their fall is the story of our birth. It's why we don't dream, why we're resistant to lyrium, and the reason we feel the earth in our guts. You got it. Oh, there he is. Stalgard.
Good. We are all here. I wanted you to meet my sister, Dura. She is a steward of Kalsharok's memories, a historian.
We have heard of your gifts. We wanted to meet you, to learn from you.
From me?
About the Titans, about our past.
You came here to meet me, to talk to me?
Hey, I'd want to meet you too if I heard all the stories.
I've learned so much, but I know there's still more to discover. I could tell you what I've learned, but maybe it's better if I show you. Hear the song of the stone. You children of Titans.
This is the eternal hymn.
The prayer and the proclamation.
Isaduna.
I felt it. I felt the Titans.
I opened my heart to all of you, but I could hold it only for a moment.
But there was an eternity in that moment. Thank you.
No. Thank you. Being here with you, with all of you, I finally understand. We will carry the Titans in our hearts, but it is no longer their time. It is ours. don't understand why you're bringing so many books.
Well, I don't see what your objections are to my taking a canopy.
We're only going for 2 days.
You've hardly brought more than a flask and a bedroll.
Should I send a search party out for you two in a couple of days?
No.
Of course not.
Emmerich wants to see more of Ferelden, so we're going camping. But he's treating it like we're going to an academic thing.
An expedition can have its earthly comforts.
You want to bring a shaving kit in the woods.
My dear Harding, a gentleman is never without a brush and a razor.
The whole point of going to the wilds is to get away from all that. So what if you get muddy and smell a little bad?
One can enjoy the scenery while remembering to bathe.
Emmerich, you can't be surprised Lace is a fearless camper. Plants, outdoors, this is what she loves.
Aw, I love that you get me. Just wait for the trip I'm planning for you. But first, this trip. If Emmerich finishes packing...
Okay, Emmerich, I'm not saying bring 0 books.
Well, certainly.
But sketch a little. Birdwatch. Ask Harding the names of plants.
I suppose I did ask if she'd show me around Ferelden.
Because Ferelden has the best woods.
I really have looked forward to you showing me more of your home, Harding.
Me too. Oh, and I'll make us sandwiches.
Ah, your famous ham and jam slam?
Well, yam and jam slam because you don't eat meat. So I'll use yams.
How thoughtful. Thank you, Harding.
Good, you're here.
What happened?
Any note from Viago?
Ilario's making his move.
A big one. He's hosting all the talents of the crows at Katarina's villa.
Poor Viago. He hates big social gatherings.
Thea will be thrilled, though.
Oh, of course. Any excuse to break out her formal lives.
We have to do this carefully. Ilario has to be expecting us.
You think he knows that we know about him in Algernon?
He wouldn't be avoiding us otherwise. Be ready for a trap.
I always am.
Not good. Not even a little bit. Rook, we have to go. We might already be too late.
Slow down. What's happening?
The artifact. Remember how I told you that I'd know if they started another ritual? They did, and it's big. Really, really big. Arlethan big, maybe.
You sure?
Completely. Nothing else explains that resonance.
Like I said before, Balara, we stop Syrian however we have to.
The residents just happened. We might still be able to stop them.
Might isn't good enough.
If we catch them early enough, before they've had a chance to align the crystals.
And if they've had the chance?
These rituals need an anchor with a physical body, so not a spirit or whatever Anaris is, which means Syrian. And there's only one way to free an anchor.
Then let's not waste any time.
Продался во время... Продался. Продался.
I got word from a Ravani seer. She found a spirit who could translate the tablet. I'm supposed to meet her on the beach.
You need company?
Maybe. Yeah. Just let me know when you're free.